Welcome to another installment of Cartoon Newsblock. Remember to press that thumbs up if you truly like the content, and consider subscribing to the channel. It greatly helps me out in bringing you all more content. With that out of the way, let's get into some headlines. I always mention in my unboxed content that the best form of preservation for animation is purchasing box sets. Well, it seems another cartoon classic will make its way to store shelves. A modern-day cartoon classic. I speak of Men of Action's Ben 10. It's about the journey of Ben Tennyson, a kid gifted with a powerful device that endows him with transforming into different aliens to fight the forces of evil. Now, you can watch his growth from a boy to a teenager in all of the iterations of Ben 10, including the original Ben 10 series, Ben 10 Alien Force, Ben 10 Ultimate Alien, and Ben 10 Omniverse. And the set is also bundled with both Ben 10 movies, Ben 10 Secret of the Omnitrix and Ben 10 Destroy All Aliens. This box set comes with a whopping 227 episodes. The Cartoon Network Emmy Award-winning series makes its debut on store shelves on May 13th. This has me particularly excited as I always wanted to watch Ben 10 in its entirety. So definitely expect an installment of Unbox when it releases in May. During an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, the current Chief Creative Officer at Pixar, Pete Docter, shares his thoughts on AI that is being perceived as a threat in the animation industry. Pete gives his take in recognizing AI's utility, but maintaining true creativity relies on human interaction. He goes on to say that, I think we are at in so many ways, right? We are at this weird crossroads or a new horizon, a lot like streaming. It's not new anymore, but I think it's a bit of the Wild West. He later goes on to mention how Toy Story was a game changer and his struggles with drawing characters on screen. He says he thinks the latest is AI that just makes people go, what? I type in a polar bear in the city having a Coca-Cola and it happens, signifying how easy AI creates images. He continues on by saying, if you really want to do something brand new and really insightful and speak from a personal angle, that's not going to come from AI fully. It can only create what's being fed into it. It doesn't create anything new. It creates a weird amalgamation of stuff that's been poured into it. You can read the rest of the interview on the Hollywood Reporter's website. I will leave a link in the description. Pete's insight on AI is similar to those that have used it for the first time. AI can conjure up an image with word prompts, but it doesn't create as it lacks the sense of creating something from scratch. Personally, I believe it's going to affect jobs, and it's already have with the rapid use of Gen AI, with many in the industry up in arms over the use of the new tech. One thing is for sure, AI is not going away. I can only see this becoming a hot issue in all of entertainment. Nevertheless, let's see how all of this plays out. Lastly, today, the New York City-based independent film distributor G-Kids has announced they are bringing 3 of Mamoru Hosoda'S animated features back to theaters with a 4K restoration starting in May with Wolf Children. It's the story of a woman who falls in love with a werewolf and must overcome the challenge of raising her half-wolf, half-human children after he dies. This will be the first time the film will come to North American cinemas. It will be in theaters for a limited time from May 11th to May 13th. The next film is 2019's Summer Wars, which tells the story of a math genius, Kenji Koiso, an 11th grade student who is invited by 12th grade student Natsuki Shinohara to attend her grandma's 90th birthday, but things go awry when he is falsely accused of hacking a virtual world by a sentient AI. Kenji must find a way to stop this AI from causing any further chaos. You will get to see Kenji match wits with Love Machine once again in glorious 4K from July 27th to the 29th. And lastly, we have Mamoru's iconic hit film 2006's The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, which tells the story of an ordinary high school girl by the name of Makoto that acquires the extraordinary power of time travel. But when she uses her power too much for her own benefit, she finds out that she inadvertently begins to change the lives of others around her as she goes back trying to correct the mistakes that she's made. It makes its way to theaters from September 28th to the 30th. These three films will join his other award-winning offerings with G-Kids. In addition to these three films being released, they will make their way to store shelves in Blu-ray, in 4K, and Steelbook versions. Having these movies being re-released in 4K are a huge deal. Mamoru Hosoda is considered in the same vein as the great Japanese anime directors, being the only Japanese animation director to ever be nominated for an Oscar for Best Animated Film, outside of Studio Ghibli, of course. I'm looking forward to watching them all in the future. By the way, you can watch The Girl Who Leapt Through Time on Crunchyroll as of this moment. So, what do you think of Ben 10 finally being released as a complete collection? Are you excited as I am to unbox it when it releases? Either way, you have to love any kind of preservation, even when it's coming from Warner Brothers Discovery. Shame on you still, David Zaslav. Shame. Also, what do you make of Pete Docter's comments on AI being a game changer in animation? I know there are some animation students subscribed to the channel. How does it affect you and your chances in the business? Lastly, are you excited to see 3 classic Mamoru Hosoda'S animated features in 4K? I might watch one this weekend myself. Let me know if you've seen any of his movies and what you thought of them. So, with that said, I want to thank you all for watching this installment of Cartoon Newsblock. Goodbye for now.